legacy.
You currently locked into the Porch podcast. It's your boy, B Jones, a.k.a. Bolo, and you know when I'm pulling up to the porch, I can't pull up without my dog.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Big Smitty, a.k.a. D-Nice, and you heard what Bolo just said. This is the Porch.
Started on the
Welcome.
porch. That was
What's going on, my
where
brother?
I began.
Hold on real quick. Before you even respond, why you
Okay.
coming here matching like me? You got the all black on. I see a little bit of white, a
Hey,
little bit
man.
of gray. What's going on right now?
Hey, it's not. Hey, you feeling like I'm feeling? We here to dominate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
you know, every time we pull up to the porch, we turned up just another notch. So when
Got
we
to.
all black, you know, it's time to go. And our guest got on black too.
Come on now. That's a good sign. We did not plan this, Porch family. For our caffeine watchers, anyone on YouTube watching, we did not plan this. So this is good energy. I feel like God is in the building. That's all I'm going to say right now.
You know,
I feel like
you
God's
know,
in the building.
No, we can't come on the porch without talking about God.
Amen
You
to
know,
that, brother.
absolutely.
Amen to that. So, and like you said, man, every time we do it, we got to do it a little bit better. And we have another very special guest on the show. Super excited about this one. Not only are we excited, I know our wives were excited. I was talking to my girl the other day. She's like, "Oh, you got
my
Colony
God.
on the show?" She was hyped up, trying to give me questions to ask her. So I got to go ahead and bring her to the show immediately. Like I said, man, you probably saw her on TV. She's a real estate agent. She was on Selling Tampa. She's also featured in another big time show on Netflix called A Perfect Match. The one and only Colony Reeves. Welcome to the Porch.
I love that introduction. Thank y'all.
Yes.
Welcome. How we doing?
Great minds think alike. We got on our all black and
Black.
some synergy going on. So I'm
Let's
here
get
for it.
I'm taking
Yeah.
taking all the energy in right now. I'm
Yeah.
receiving it all.
It's gonna be a
We
good
in for a
show.
good one.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure, man. We're so excited to just learn more about you and your path to being one of the top real estate agents in the country. But first, Bolo, you know we got to start the show with our Porch news. So, my guy, let us know, what do we got in the news today?
Okay, Porch family, get into this. And Colony, you may take an interest in this. You might have already heard about it, right? So an Airbnb host was livid after a guest refused to leave her home despite legal actions. So obviously with Airbnb, generally you could have arrangements to stay for a few days or even have an extended stay. Well, however, the one woman's stay turned into a very long extended stay. So the host ended up calling the police, right? But at the end of the day, they could do nothing because they had to respect California's 30-day squatters' rights. So now, Porch family, I have to ask you guys, what are we doing if we get stuck with a unwanted guest?
Man, I'm gonna jump in first, Colony. I'm super excited to hear your thoughts on this, but I'm gonna make it so uncomfortable that person is gonna just have to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too old to be trying to fight people myself unless it's very, very necessary. So I'm gonna try to keep the violence to the last option. But I'm gonna make it so comfortable. And I'm talking about the heat gonna be on all day. My homies coming in. We got the game going. We got all types of stuff going. We're gonna make it so uncomfortable. That person's gonna just have to leave the house. That's the only options to me.
Damn.
Yeah, I agree. And I saw a video clip of that on social media, and the our Airbnb guest was kind of recording the lady.
Mhm.
So I'm with you, Darnell. I would make it so uncomfortable for her. I would put her on blast, just like the Airbnb guest did, blast it all over social media. Because it's like that's such an uncomfortable situation. Like, what are you
Facts.
really supposed to do? Like, so you gotta kind of, or I mean, you could leave too. Hopefully they got their money back. I don't know how Airbnb handled that, but I
That's
don't know. That's
what I'm saying.
crazy.
Like, that's insane. Like, because like I'm just thinking of, like, obviously I didn't get the entire context, but what if this is this woman's home where she just rented it out? Maybe she came from out of town or whatever, and she needs to get her space back. And this person just holding her crib hostage. Like, what can we do?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine having somebody legally be in my house that's not supposed to be in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Squatters, they have rights and they know their rights. They smart now. They know. So that's a bad situation. I don't know. That sucks.
And what tripped me out watching the video was how comfortable the lady was. She went going to the fridge and
she in and out.
Orange
Yeah.
juices. I'm like, what? She walking barefoot. I'm like, what's going on with you? Like it's really her house. So I don't know. I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Cutting off all the I'm taking the bills. If I got somewhere else to stay, cutting the cable off, the air, the heat, whatever. Like, you gonna be in some extreme conditions living with me.
Right. For
that's
sure,
wild.
man. But now that was a crazy story, Bolo, for sure. I'm excited to hear what our Porch family has to say about that. I'm sure we're gonna have some crazy answers in the comments about what they would do if they're in a situation. But Bolo, what we got in the news next?
Okay, pretty fun topic. So, Colony, we really got to get your opinion on this. So, obviously, throughout this week, we've been hearing a lot of news about the queens of R&B, SWV and Escape. So, most recently, I'll say they had a healthy conversation about co-lining a show, right? So, obviously, there are disagreements about, being able to headline the show rather than co-line. But we know at the end of the day, somebody has to close out the show. So, Colony, we have to ask you, who should close out the show? Is it SWV? Or is it
That's a
Escape?
good question. So I have been seeing this all over internet. First of all, I love both groups. Love SWV, love Escape. I feel like they could do a joint tour. Like I think the conversation is,
True.
who should headline, who should, whatever. I feel like they could really do a joint tour and make a lot of money together.
Facts.
And I feel like you just alternate. So like maybe do a coin toss and like alternate,
Right.
close out. And I think somebody, I don't know where I heard it from, but somebody was like, okay, since Escape is from Atlanta, let them close out like their Atlanta show. So like every city, wherever SWV is from, I don't know where they're from, but their hometown, let them close it out in their hometown, let Escape close it out in their hometown, and then just do like a coin toss and like rotate. Cause I feel
That's a
like
fact.
they're both like great groups, and it's sad to see them going back and forth. Like just
Right.
make it fair. Like I feel like both of them have good audiences and fan bases to where either one of them can close it out and it could still be a good show. So I think they need to do,
I agree.
a tough
I definitely agree. But I gotta, sometimes you just gotta be, white or black in the situation. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take SWV. I think,
Okay.
they
Tell
got
us
more
why,
hits.
Tell us why, Bolo. Be real.
Look, more of them hits hit a little different for me. Like obviously Escape got some hits. They got a lot of hits, but SWV, when you hear that rain, you know what I mean? You hear that week, like it do something to my spirit a little bit. So, you hear them songs, like that's what you really want to close it out to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with SWV. Obviously, I love Escape, and they have two people who are obviously on reality TV as well that are bringing a lot of fans to concerts and stuff like that too. But from a catalog standpoint, I'm gonna just rock with SWV though.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I thought you about to start singing. You know what I mean? I know you a real R&B head, so I thought you was about to just start. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. So
I ain't gonna put no pressure on you though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna make
pressure,
you...
no pressure, no pressure. But rain, hey, that'll give me
something.
That's hilarious. But you know what's funny? I kind of lean towards Colony though. Like, why not just work together? You know what I mean? We split it down the middle. You get half the cities, I get the other half, and we get this bag together. You know what I'm saying? Then at the end of the day, they're gonna be stronger together. You know what I'm saying? Two amazing groups.
Absolutely.
So I get it. Everybody's competitive. Everybody has egos. We all do to some degree, in whatever your profession is. But at the end of the day, man, don't fumble the bag. Let's maximize that. Let's work together, and let's have fun with it. So
that's what it's about.
Yep. For sure.
All this talk around it is they gonna get the bag. Like everybody talking about it. So when they do go on tour, everybody running to go get their tickets, and not everybody is gonna go and watch their show. Because I haven't watched it, but now I'm like, I kind of want to tune in. Like I want to see what they're doing. So
that's true. That's true. It might be clickbait.
Yeah.
It might be, You're right.
It might be clickbait.
That's right. Marketing. It's kind of how boxers, like back in the days when Floyd was still active. They'll start some stuff that to the media, to the fans, we think it's real, but behind the scene, it's like they're actually cool. But they trying to start this fake beef so you can boost up the event a little bit more. So
bought in.
That's a good point, man. Who knows? But shout out to both the groups, man. Escape, SWV, two legendary groups, and excited to see the show, regardless of who the headline is. But like I said, man, first of all, Bolo, thanks for bringing the Porch News, man.
Yes,
Definitely two dope topics. But like we said, we all came here to learn about our special guest, Colony. And the first question we love to ask our guests is real simple. Who is Colony?
I love that question. I feel like that could be answered in so many different ways, but I'll keep it short. So Colony is born and raised in Tampa, Florida. That's my hometown. I am a real estate agent here. You may know me from the hit show Selling Tampa. I'm also on Perfect Match on Netflix. So I've just been having a good time kind of tapping into the reality show space. Like it's been really fun for me. So yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay. Now let's talk about Florida for a minute, right? So we did our own research, right? AKA Google, right? We had to look you up, kind of figure out some back pass things, right? So correct us if we're wrong. You went to Florida State, right?
Oh, I went to US. Actually, I can't forget FAMU. I went to
Okay,
FAMU first.
FAMU,
That's where I started.
HBCU.
Yes, shout out to FAMU. I went there for 2 years and then I actually transferred and came home and finished at USF. So
Nice.
South
South
yeah, I
Florida,
Florida.
went to
nice. So
University of South Florida. Yeah.
love that, love that. We
Got
actually
you.
played them in football, so we actually went
We
out
beat
there too.
we actually beat them in football
We
if I'm
beat
not if
them,
I'm not
yeah, but then
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
first year they beat our ass
I
in the
wasn't
Buck
there yet.
Stadium.
I
Yeah,
wasn't there yet, so I can't
true.
relate to that. All I know is we
True.
beat them when I was there.
So
Shout out
you've
to
been
USF.
shout out to
Yeah.
USF.
For sure.
Now you've been in Florida your entire life, and I read something where you were like, "I'm just like I love the state of Florida, obviously specifically Tampa." I guess what about Florida, kind of just has you like in the chokehold right now?
Yeah. I mean, our beaches, like one thing about it, I love the weather. I love being able to go to the beach. It's just good vibes here. I feel like everybody is specifically Tampa. You can get down to Miami, it's more fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
But Tampa, what I like about it is like it's that perfect balance of like work, fun, and play. So you can
Mm.
definitely make your money here. If you want to step out and go and have a good time, you can do that. And it's not as fast paced. Like it's pretty chill, it's pretty easy going. It's a clean city. So it's just beautiful here. I just, I love it. And it's home. Like I just feel at peace when I'm here.
Love that. Love
That's
that.
real. That's real, man. Now I gotta ask you this, and this is more so again, less about Tampa specifically and more of a Florida question. Tell me if I'm wrong, man, but I feel like every time I see some crazy shit on social media, whether somebody hanging
Something.
from a pole or twerking on top of the car, when you look at the location, it's always Florida.
Damn near every
I don't even
time.
know what the question is, Connie, but like what's going on in Florida? Why is all the craziness going on in your state?
Hey, it's something in the water. I don't know. Because Google Florida man. It's like you find everything. That's like a Google trick that I like die laughing about. You know what? Truthfully, the people who are committing the crimes in Florida are not originally from here. It's like they come here.
Mm,
It's a lot of transits. It's a lot of people from like all over, and they come here and they want to act a fool. I don't know why. Maybe it's the sun that makes them just want to get crazy. I don't know, but
they
a
making y'all
lot
look
of people
bad.
who do crime are not from here.
I don't know, Colin.
Damn, they giving
I
y'all a
might
bad
give my.
rep, huh?
I don't know, Bolo. I can't just give her that pass. Like, that might be
Jeez.
halfway true, but I know a few Florida folks. I'm gonna say Florida. I know a few of y'all who be wilding out.
Florida,
Be wilding.
We had some teammates from
They're from
Tampa
Florida.
specifically. From
Yeah,
Tampa specifically, you know what
they
I'm
some
saying?
wild boys. They
Yes,
some
yeah.
wild boys.
Oh
they're
no.
from South Florida.
They from South Florida. And we hear the accent, so we already know what's coming behind the accent. Like, so every time I hear somebody talk, I'm like, oh, they cut up now. They about to cut up. So
Yeah.
Yeah, them dudes from South Florida, they different. South Florida is different. I love it though. Like I love it.
that's
Yeah.
cold.
That's hilarious, man. Shout out to Top, man. RP, our brother EP, of course. Love it,
Absolutely.
man. For sure. For sure.
So obviously, when you're not busy, right? When you're not on TV, when you're not working, obviously, I know in the realtor space, it gets very hectic. Like, what are we doing for fun? Like, what are our hobbies? Like, how we kicking it?
Oh my God, y'all. So if I'm not working, I like to go. I like to go to different cities.
Mm.
I love to eat. I'm a foodie. So like if
Mm,
there's a new restaurant somewhere, I'm going there. Like I love good food. That's my idea of like going out. Like I don't really go to the club. Like I don't do that. But me stepping
Yes.
out is going out to eat, going to get like some cocktails. So
okay.
I do like to travel. I like to go to different cities. And other than that, I'm home, y'all. Like I'm such a homebody. I enjoy being home. Like I enjoy like just chilling, having people over, vibing. Like I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm not outside. I used to be outside. I'm not outside no
You
more.
outside,
She
you out,
said,
you up now. Stand out the way. I'm out the
she said,
way.
I'm inside with it. Nah, I love it.
I feel it. I feel it. So
Hey,
I'm
look,
man.
out the way. I'm chilling.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bolo.
I was about to say we didn't bring up food. Now my
Come
dog
on. There we
Darnell,
go.
hey, we eat, all right, and we are fanatics over different types of food. So we got to get into it. Like, what's our favorite food? Like, what's our favorite place to eat? Like the cities. Like, where are we going to eat a good meal traditionally?
Oh, I love Italian food. Like that's like my number one. So like
Mm.
I'm any Italian restaurants, I'm hitting. I had the best food, I think, when I was in New York. Like I ate
Ooh,
so
okay.
good in New York. I feel like New York has the best Italian food. I was just in New York in February, I think, end of February for New York Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tell you I was eating everything, they have the best pasta in New York. I don't know why. I don't know what they got going on at those
Yeah.
Italian restaurants,
Yeah.
but to me, it tastes authentic. Like it's so good. So I think New York got the best food so far from the places I've been.
Ooh, the best food or the best Italian food now?
Right. I've gone to other places in New York, like other restaurants. I think they have the best food. Like, yeah,
Damn, that's a big
Ooh.
statement.
yeah.
It's a bold, that's a strong, because I'm out here in sunny LA. And I'm not from
Right.
here, but I've been out here for a minute. And LA has every type of food you could think of. The city's so big, so many options. And I found some real gems out here in a lot of different, I mean, especially the Mexican food is crazy out here, of course.
Mm.
Yeah.
Tacos, the enchiladas, the quesadillas. I had one last night, had me going crazy. But the Italian food specifically, that might be more of an East Coast thing, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand why
Yeah,
Italian food would taste better out east. But I don't know, man. That's a bold statement, though. The
that
best
is
food,
because
LA
we
is good. I've been to LA. I love LA, but I feel like you go there to eat healthy. I don't know. Every time I'm in LA, like I'm on
mm,
my healthy vibes. I'm getting my green juice, my acai
avocados,
bowl,
okay.
and my avocados. Like I
buffalo
just want to just
cauliflower.
eat clean. Yeah. So I just LA food is like a different vibe. Like I feel like I need to be healthy out there. I'm not like,
I feel you.
pigging out
Well,
when I go to LA.
we're gonna bring you to Chicago, get you an Italian beef, get you a Polish sausage, get you some corned beef, some Harold's chicken or some
Yeah.
Uncle Remus chicken. Like
There you
yeah,
go.
we eat out there. But look, he hating on Chicago.
Bro,
I
if I
think we
hear
top
Uncle
three. We
Remus
top
one
three in
more
food.
time, come on,
It's
bro.
the best chicken in the country.
Uncle
We got the
Remus.
best sauce. We got the best biscuits. It's called Uncle Remus. So whenever you touch down in Chicago
Okay.
again, look up Uncle Remus fire chicken.
Colony,
Fire.
real quick,
Okay.
just to catch you up, man, we've had multiple arguments about which city has the better chicken between Indianapolis and Chicago. We've had guests come on
Colony, you didn't
here.
even know what Indy was when I asked
That's
you about 5 minutes
fine.
ago.
Hey,
So
some of the best things in the world you don't know about until you know about it.
that's fine. That was a
That's the
gem. That was a good
bar.
one. That was a
Some of
good
the
one.
best.
That was a good
Some
one.
people didn't know about the Porch last week. They
Good.
know now.
They do, but they ain't taking away from the chicken though. Don't.
All I'm saying is Indianapolis chicken. I know Indiana sounds like boring, and you think the chicken. I'm telling you, we got some good chicken. He live in my city now. He love my
And
city.
I mean, it's good. It's good chicken. But when I'm comparing what I've had before, like I know, you know what I'm saying? And then Colony, come get you some pizza too. We got Beggars, we got Italian Fiesta.
I got pizza
we
for
got
sure.
we got some good ass pizza.
I
Like
had pizza in Chicago. I forgot where I went. I went somewhere in Chicago. I had like a speaking engagement out there. So that was my first time going. It was really nice. And then we went to this rooftop kind of like lounge,
yeah,
like kind of right there. It was beautiful. So Chicago is a beautiful city.
vibe.
But I didn't get the pizza. I'm mad because like Chicago is known for the deep dish pizza. I
No,
didn't
no,
see it.
no, no, no. Colony, look, don't get the deep dish. The deep dish is overrated. Like that's for like obviously out of towners come and get the deep dish, but it's like it's overrated. Like when you taste it, you're like, oh damn, that's the deep dish. But just get you a regular slice
Okay.
of pizza. Like a regular slice of pizza is gonna
Okay.
be fire.
Damn.
Okay. That's on my list when I go back.
Bet.
Hey, you putting us on game, Bolo. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought deep dish was supposed to be like y'all thing. But you saying for the real Chicago people, the people from the city, they're not eating deep dish.
No, bro. Like get you a regular slice of pizza, thin crust. You know what I mean? Pan flip, but deep dish, nah.
I love
Okay,
that.
bad.
See?
Okay. Though, so I don't want to hear nobody from Chicago. Like you said it, the deep dish not that good. So if I start saying that, I'm gonna be like,
I
look,
mean,
somebody told
it's
me.
cool. It's cool to certain people. It's cool, but like I feel like everybody like put their stamp on like the deep dish, but then when they have it, they like, all right, it wasn't as good as you were talking about, right? But if you go ahead and just get a regular slice of pizza though, it'll meet your taste buds though.
Hey, Bolo, hold on. No, look, Connie gonna be talking to our homegirls now. Listen, y'all, I heard that deep dish ain't good in Chicago. So if y'all out there, just get a regular slice of pizza. She'll be talking like she done been there a couple times.
No, for real. For
I
real.
love it.
They gonna know. They gonna like, damn, you must have, she know what's up,
You
yo.
from the city.
I know.
Nah, I definitely love that, man. I love it, man. We can talk about food all day. Obviously, it's a big passion of mine and all of ours, but we got to dive deep into who you are. And obviously, you're a big time real estate agent. But before, you actually were a preschool teacher. I got an interesting question for you. Tell me, and maybe your answer is nothing, but my question is, was there anything that you took from being a preschool teacher that you use as a real estate agent today? Like any skills or lessons?
Absolutely. Education, like obviously when you teach, you're educating your students. So I took that to educate my buyers because when I first started in real estate, I was dealing with a lot of first time home buyers, a lot of first time home sellers. So I use my tools and skills from teaching to help educate people on the home buyer process. So it kind of, it was natural for me to transition into that career because I love educating people. I love teaching people about, the thing that I'm most passionate about. So 100%.
Love it. Love
No.
it. So being in the real estate world, right? You see all of these commercials or ads of like get into real estate, right? So to me, just from the outside looking in, it's like a avenue that's becoming a bit saturated because everybody's trying to get in it. So what makes somebody successful in real estate?
Know your market, and it's two parts to that. I want to kind of talk about when you see everybody wanting to get into it
Mm-hmm.
and it looks oversaturated. A lot of people look at, real estate agents on Instagram and it's like a lifestyle. So you see them and, their nice outfits, nice cars, they on vacation here and there, like they
Mm-hmm.
selling these big old homes, but you don't know how long it took for them to get to that point or what exactly they're struggling with in their everyday lives, right? So I always say, if you're looking to get into real estate, don't look at what the next agent is doing and comparing what you're doing right now to what they're doing because you don't know how they got to that point. And it's easy to kind of get wrapped up into looking at how somebody else is performing in real estate and not
Mm.
focusing on your own like path and goals. A lot of people do that. I found myself doing that too. And I'm like, well, that's their journey. That's they, race. I'm in my own lane. I'm doing my
Right.
own race. So don't compare yourself to what the next agent is doing. And just, even though it's oversaturated, just know like not every agent is you, you can always
Facts.
start from wherever you at in your life. People are going to work with you because they like your personality, they
Mm-hmm.
gravitate towards you, you find your tribe in real estate. And I always say this, like, I don't need to work with every buyer in the state of Florida. I just want to work with the people who want to work with me. It's enough business. So, just don't think just because everybody's trying to do it, you can't do it because you absolutely can. It's enough business and it's a niche too.
That's real game.
Yeah, it really is,
Yeah.
man. It really is, man. And one thing I want to ask you is early on, right? Like your first year in real estate when you were still kind of getting your feet wet, still learning. Were there any moments or any, like, I guess, funny stories that you could look back on and where you maybe kind of slightly fumbled the bag a little bit or just, again, just learning the process? Anything that comes to mind?
Yes. Oh my God. My first deal, y'all, I was so stressed out. I had lost a lot of weight because I was
Mm,
so stressed out with this deal. I wasn't eating. I started breaking out. I had bad acne. I wasn't sleeping. Like it really took a toll on me because, first of all, a little bit about how I got into real estate. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was like all or nothing at the time where I was getting into real estate. Like I didn't want to teach anymore and I wasn't making a lot of money teaching. And I'm like, I got to do something. I got to like change my life. I have got to focus on this.
mm,
And I like bet on myself. I put everything I had into real estate, marketing, education, everything. So, it's a lot of pressure. And I got my first deal and I'm like, okay, I finally got this deal. And it was a family member. So I don't know if y'all know, but working with family, it's
Ooh.
like you gotta perform because they're really on you.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at everything you do. Family sometimes can be like the hardest clients. So I was selling my uncle's house, and I thank God he gave me my shot because all you need is one deal, and it's like it's like a domino effect. So
Mm,
always thankful for that. But when I tell y'all everything that could go wrong in that transaction went wrong, and I'm new, I'm green, I'm
Mm.
wet behind the ears. So I'm like, oh my God, just freaking out. And it took maybe 2 months. I think I had my closing delayed maybe a month and a half, 2 months, because everything was going on. Things were going on with like his mortgage payoff and just stuff out of my hands, like nothing that I could have like
Right.
really prevented. But because it was happening, it just took a toll on me. I was super stressed, y'all. I was crying. I was like, is this really for me? Like I was questioning a lot. But I got over it. I closed. I got that check. And I was
Yes.
like, all right, I need more of this. And then
Yeah.
the deals just really came. It's like, it really was like law of attraction. Like I put out that I wanted to do this.
Mm.
I did it. And then naturally everything just started to flow. So it was hard though, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Man,
Damn.
I love that story though, Bolo. Man, it's a couple hidden gems in that. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is just perseverance, right? And just the ability to just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like she could have easily just said, man, this ain't for me. It's too much going on. I'm quit. I'm going back to teaching. But she kept going. She kept going, and it worked out. Another one is just like betting on yourself. You know what I'm saying? She said,
Got
listen,
to.
I put my all into this, marketing, which I know takes money to get business cards and promotion and all that. And sometimes you got to really go all in. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
something in the Bible, they say, don't be lukewarm. You know what I mean? You're hot or
Mm.
cold. So
Talk to
like
him.
she went all the way in with it. And you see now she's
Too.
balling, man. So I just think sometimes, I hear stuff and I'm like, I gotta put them gems out. You know what I
Got
mean?
to. You
Love that
got to.
story.
Yes.
And put it out there. Put that
Yep.
energy out there. Once you know you can accomplish something, boom, you get the first one. Now I know I can get the second one. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like a ripple effect. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You get that confidence behind you. And I'm thankful that I had a difficult deal like that because it was like I aged myself 2 years in real estate. Like from that
Mm.
Mm,
experience, I'm like, oh, I know how to handle this next deal now because I already went through that with my first deal.
right.
So it kind of gave me like more experience. So I look back on it and I'm like, I'm thankful for it because it's like, nah, I'm ready for anything. Like, let's go.
Bet. So like my question for you, like what prepped you for this moment, right? From the
Mm.
grind factor, being able to overcome, so much adversity early on in your career. Were you just like naturally that way or the upbringing? Like kind of give us some roots to what got you to this point.
My dad is a hustler. He's an entrepreneur. Like he's always had his own business. That's how he took care of our family through his
Mm-hmm.
company. He had his company. He's been in business over 30 years, so all my life.
Mm.
And so just watching him hustle, my mom telling me I can literally do anything I put my mind
Mm-hmm.
to. My mom is like my biggest fan ever. So anything I want, she supports, like always encouraging me. So just having like the natural, like born hustler mentality in me from my dad, and then having like the encouragement of my mom, really both of my parents always encouraged me. It was just kind of natural for me to get into it. And then just in life that you overcome adversity, just a lot of things that were happening at the time that I was getting my real estate license and getting into it. It was just like motivation. I'm like, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
really do this. Like I gotta kill it because like I said, it was kind of like all or nothing for me. So yeah.
Let's
Love
go,
that.
man. Shout out to both your parents, man. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's so important to have, the two-parent household. You know what I'm
Foundation.
saying? I just love hearing that. And I'm a little biased. I'll admit that, but it's ain't nothing like that two-parent, them black households. I'm gonna be
Black
real with
love.
you. You know what I mean? That black love hit a little
Pushing.
different. You know what I'm saying? And
Big
so,
facts.
shout to your parents.
Shout out to my parents because without them, I don't know. Like they the adults for real. I love my parents. So
Love that.
yeah.
Love it.
So fire, man. Nah, for sure, man. So obviously you're true believer in owning, right? And owning a home and in the process of it. Kind of explain to our followers just kind of some of the important factors and reasons why you should own a home.
Mm.
Generational wealth. That's almost like the easiest way to establish generational wealth because you buy a home, you can easily pass that on to your kids, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren. I mean, you can always accumulate wealth with real estate. Also, you buy a property, and I see a lot of buyers do that too. They don't think about the investment. They just think about, oh yeah, I'm buying a house. But like this is like one of the biggest investments that you'll ever make. Like when you buy a house, you're an investor as well. So
Mm-hmm.
you buy your first home, you might can keep it, rent it out, and then buy your second home, live in that, and just keep going. So it really is, you can make this your business as well. So home ownership is very, very important, especially in our community. Like, I wish more people would purchase homes with the mindset of passing them down to their kids, because
Mm,
look at how you can just set your kids up for so much success if you can be able to give them a house. Like, that's one less thing they got to worry about in the world. They got a roof over their head, they good, and you could just pass that on. So I think when I think about real estate, I think about generational wealth. Like, that's number one.
I love
That's
that.
huge. That is huge, man. Giving your kids a head start. You know what I'm saying? Just a huge part of your
Like,
life you ain't got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're
right,
lucky enough and the house already like is paid off too by the time they actually own it to live in there.
exactly,
Now you ain't got no mortgage. Like, come
exactly,
on now. Like, that's a whole nother.
right.
If I ain't have
Living
Especially
rent or
good.
mortgage, I'd be living so good.
Living great.
Yes,
So
for sure.
a
so
lot of races don't think like that, like, or other
yeah,
races
that's a
do
fact.
that, but it's like in our community, I kind of want to, you know, really teach that and show that even with my buyers. Like, I tell them, maybe think about holding on to your house if you can. A lot of people aren't in the position, but if you can, strongly think about that, because we see it all the time with other races, and they always have, a head start or one leg up. Like, let's start doing that. Like, let's normalize that in our community too.
Right. That's real.
Now I got a question for you, right? And this may just be like a black thing that black people always talk about. They say having a mortgage is one of the biggest scams in the world, because you buy a house, somebody pays the house off, and then they sell it back to the bank, and then it happens again, and then the bank always has the money. Like, usually is always buying the house, and then like literally you're reselling the same type of house over and over again, and the bank is just getting richer and richer, right? So could you speak to that specifically and like kind of kill that, I guess that theory that I think a lot of black people have, as far as like having like a 30-year mortgage, or like, is it important to have a 30 versus 15? Like, what's your thought on that?
Mm.
15-year mortgage, I always encourage do it. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but if
Mm-hmm.
you, a lot of people don't even know you can do 15-year mortgage. But if you do the numbers and ask your lender, hey, do I have other options other than this 30-year mortgage? So I always strive to try to do a 15-year. However, when you think about it, real estate is the only, I won't say only, but it's one of the investments that you can make and you can actually see a return. So you could always sell
Mm,
that. You don't have to wait out your whole 30 years.
Right.
The average person stays in their house 5 to 7 years
right.
anyways. Life happens, you expand your family, you get a better job, you move away. There's so many reasons why people move,
Mm,
especially in their first home. Like, don't ever think your first home is going to be your last home or your end all be all. Like, in 5 to 7 years, you look around like, oh, I want something new. You selling that house anyways. The mortgage is satisfied, and with equity, you've walked away with a profit. So
mm-hmm.
don't be scared of the whole 30-year mortgage idea. Be smart about it and think of it as an investment, because at the end of the day, the bank gonna make their money. Think about
Mm-hmm.
how you can make your money in this whole situation. So that's what
That's
I would
real.
say.
That's
Don't,
real.
yeah. Don't worry about the
Yeah.
banks. The bank will get their money regardless. Worry
They
about
get their money
how can I
regardless.
how can I win? You know what I'm saying?
Had for years. Like, don't worry about what they're doing. Worry about what you're doing and what you can control, and make smart decisions when it comes to your mortgage. That's it. Oh,
Love
and
that.
then this is another thing I just learned from a lender,
Mm.
how you can kind of pay your mortgage down quickly. Try to, or avoid, I think he said pay it down, and you could like avoid paying so much of interest. But making like two payments, like breaking
Mm,
it up in the month, like
Ooh.
split it in half.
mm-hmm.
So make, like, if it's like due on the first or whatever, make one payment on the first, half of it, and then at the end make another one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you can kind of avoid paying so much interest too.
I like
Real
that.
game, y'all hear it. Take notes.
Come on now. Yeah. Get your notebook out, man. Save this. You know what I mean? This is real gems you're
Yeah.
getting from a top real estate agent in the game. So gotta transition to one of the shows you're on. We got a superstar on here, Bolo. So I gotta lead with
Facts.
one of the shows that you're on. Selling Tampa. Huge show on Netflix, had everybody watching it. Just to start off with, tell us, what was your overall experience being a part of the show?
Oh my God, that was such a blessing, y'all. Like, it was really one of those moments, like, wow,
Mm.
it kind of fell in our laps too. It was just, we were just killing it in real estate in Tampa. Like, we were just living our lives, doing what we do, and we got the attention of the producers of Selling Sunset, which is our
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
spin-off show. You know, that's a huge show. So to
Huge.
even be under the Selling franchise umbrella, like, was a big moment for us because we were literally watching Selling Sunset. I remember I was watching it
Yep.
before we even had our opportunity. I was like, dang, those girls killing it. Like, I know I could do that.
Right.
And then we got our opportunity. So it's such a blessing. And, you know, I'm born and raised in Tampa. So for me
Right.
to be on a show showcasing my city, doing what I love, was just something I just really couldn't never imagine. So I'm super grateful for it. And represent Black women in this
Come
industry. Like,
on.
I think
Come on
that's
Come
now.
like one
on.
of the best things that we could have did, is like having that representation. That was everything for me. So that was really what it was all about.
Facts.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing about the show was like you all were Black professionals
Yeah.
getting to the bag. So obviously, you know, our world and social media and VH1, MTV, BT, sometimes it's saturated with things that don't look as appealing to the eye, right?
Right.
Just from the outside looking in. But you cut on this show, it's like y'all looked apart, like y'all intelligent, like y'all are selling these big ass houses.
Yep.
Like, it's like you guys are hitting every box, and like everybody wants to be like you all and be where you are. Like, you guys are like the Mount Rushmore of like, boom, you guys are
Yeah.
making it look good, like making
Ooh,
Black
that's
look beautiful.
big. I like that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
I like
That's
that.
real. That's real. Like I said, but I mean, to kind of second that, talk to my girl earlier today again, and kind of picking her brain about it. And she kind of said the same thing you just said, Bolo. It's a different show because it's highlighting us in such a highlight in a good,
Yeah.
positive manner. And, you know, yeah, of course it's TV. So, you know, you got a few arguments here and there, but even y'all arguments weren't even that serious. It was just like, it was little stuff and you move on. You know what I'm saying? In comparison to some other shows where it's just not showing us in the best light. So it was great to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like Bolo said, everybody looking good, looking apart, making money. And I think it's huge for just other young professionals who might be thinking about getting into real estate. You might be a 19, 20-year-old or somebody who's a fan of your show, you know, a young Black lady, young Black girl, and she's seeing y'all and she's like, man, okay, I can do that. Because a lot of time you just got to see it for you to believe, especially when you're a young person. You know what I mean? So that's huge.
Love that. Love that.
Exactly.
So obviously we watched the show, right? And the coolest thing I think is like when you guys get a lead or something or a referral and you guys have to follow up with it. But not only that, it's like, okay, I have the house and I have somebody looking to see the house, but I have to be educated on the house, the floor, the walls, decorating, like curating the ambiance for somebody to actually come in to like kind of get a feel for the actual house. Like, what goes all into that?
Research. You have to know what you're talking about. Like, when I prep for like a showing, I make sure, because I don't ever want to look stupid in front of my client. Like, that's the worst thing you can do. Because real estate is all about building trust. Like, nobody wants to work with you if they feel like you don't know what you're doing. Because this is like the largest transaction these people are ever gonna make in their life, and it's very emotional. Like, buying real estate is very emotional for a lot of buyers. So me, I prep myself, I do my research on the house, and I like to print out. There's like this sheet that you could print out that gives you all the details on the house. I even take that with me because it's okay to read from the paper. I think a lot of agents be like, oh my God, I gotta have everything memorized. No, just print it out, take it on your showing with you, reference that document so you look like a rock star agent in front of your buyer, like you prepared to show this. Like, the last thing you want to do is like not know the square footage of the home. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Just little stuff like that. So I always prepare myself because can't be looking crazy out here.
Can't be.
Nah,
Damn.
for sure, man. Talk about just how competitive real estate is. I mean, specifically in the Tampa area. I mean, like you said, it's almost like if you're a real estate agent, you're running your own separate business. You know what I mean? Like within the larger business, of course, but like Colin, you got your own. This is my line. This is my references. These are my people. You got to set up your own schedules. But talk about just how competitive the market is in Tampa.
Yeah, like we said earlier, like I think the statistics is like 1 out of 3 people have a real estate license. So Oh, I got a license now. So it is competitive. But you got to just know your lane and have a niche. Like if you only work with investors, tap into that. If you only work with sellers, tap into that. So for me, like I have a team now. So
Mm,
I've been able to kind of expand my real estate business because I created the Colony Reeves group. I have a team of about 3 agents under me who get all of my training, like all of my methods, all of my education. And I have them go out and I encourage them to find their different niches and go door knocking and like do
mm.
cold calling. Like we train them on everything so that they can be successful in this competitive industry. So I feel like as an agent, you got to just have your education, like always know the market is changing all the time, so be up to date with what's going on, know all the different laws or know, the current home trends, and find your lane, find your niche. And that's how you can stand out from all your other competitors.
Gotcha.
That
That's dope, man. And shout out to you. Got your full team. She got a
got
whole
your
starting lineup,
team.
Bolo.
Let's
Starting
go.
lineup. She got a few people, coming
I
off the
have
bench. I like
to.
it.
I love that.
Yeah, because I was doing a lot of stuff. I created my team. Well, it's always been a goal for me to have my own team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I obviously we film a TV show, and then after that, I started doing other things like traveling for speaking engagements and doing more stuff on social media. And then I went and filmed this other show for like a month. I was out the country, so I'm like, you know what, like I need a team because when I'm out doing other stuff, I need business to keep
Take the
rolling.
bag,
So
yeah.
Right.
Take
Facts.
the
yeah,
bag.
Nah, that's real.
yeah.
That's definitely real. Now, something I want to ask you, going back to the show Selling Tampa. Obviously, you're working with Sherelle, and it seems like you two have a pretty good friendship even outside of the show. I was real curious, how did you guys even meet in the first place? Like, where does your relationship actually start?
Yeah, so I was with another brokerage before I met Sherelle. And in real estate, you do so many networking events. Like it's good
Mm,
to network with other real estate agents too, because you can learn stuff from them. Like I'm really big on collaborating over competing with another agent. So
Right.
we would go to a lot of networking events, and me and her had a mutual friend. So our mutual friend introduced us, and then Sherelle had already kind of like been following me on social media and stuff like that. We already follow each other. So she was like, all right, I'm about to start my own brokerage. She was like, I would really like for you to come over. Like, I see, you doing your thing over at your other brokerage. I want to create something different in Tampa, all female, all black, like, something like Tampa has never seen.
Right.
And
mm-hmm.
I was at a point where I was ready to grow. And I'm like, you know what? This opportunity might be good. Um, but Sherelle, she actually got me because she had a client. So she kind of laid out the red carpet. She was like, I want you to come be in my brokerage. She invited me out to dinner. And when I got to dinner, she had a client there waiting for me. She was like, if you come to my brokerage, I'm going to give you this client. So you already got some
Wow.
business over here. So I was
Damn.
like, shoot, yeah, why
Say
not?
less.
So say
Yeah.
less. So yeah, I went over to her. This was 2019. So it's
Mm.
been what, like 3 years? Yeah.
About 4 years.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
we met, and it's been good ever since. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
Bolo,
cool.
that's a real like hustler move right there. It's
That's
like
how that's how you get them. Look, you
give him a
come
little
with me.
teaser. Give him a little
Look, I'm
teaser
gonna
of the
go ahead.
product.
Look, you gonna walk into the bag. All right. You just gonna walk into the bag. You come mess with me. Like, so come on.
Yeah. I
That's
I
like
love
that,
she
man.
got me. I'm telling you, if she ain't had that client, I don't know.
If you
that.
tuning in, Sherelle, smart move, man. That's a boss move right there,
It's
man.
definitely a
It's
boss
kind of
move.
I watch a lot of crime movies and,
Awesome.
and like hustler movies and stuff like that. And sometimes you see like the boss here. Here's 10,000 for you. Hold on to it. Think about it. Come
Think
talk to me
about it.
next week, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Now you sitting on it.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
sitting on it.
That
Like
was
it makes
definitely a
sense.
boss move. Shout out to Sherelle because that was good. And I ended up doing like 3 deals with that client afterwards. So like
See,
it was a good one. So yeah.
That's cold.
I love
That's
that
cold.
story. That's fire.
So we also
Yeah.
know too, along those same lines, like you're into fashion, right? You
Mm.
got to look the part, look good, you feel good, you
For
sell good,
sure.
right? So talk about, how big of a role fashion plays into like closing out deals, your
Mm.
appearance when you're actually showing up and, talking to clients. How big of a part does that play in the deal making?
Big deal because you only get one chance to make a good first impression. So a first impression is how you look, especially if you're interacting with people in person on a day-to-day basis, on social media, your aesthetic needs to look good. So I definitely take the time to make sure I'm dressed appropriately for any settings that I'm in, meeting with clients, going on showings, open houses, brokers opens, whatever it is. Like, and plus fashion has always kind of like been a part of my life. I used to model back in the day. So that's always kind of been natural for me. I've always been, fashionable. So I like the opportunity to be able to dress up and work. So that kind of just comes natural to me. But definitely looking the part plays a big role because another thing with real estate, like people want to be able to see themselves in you. So if you looking at it, or if you trying to work with like high value clients, you want to make sure you are dressed high value because now that person can relate to you and then you can kind of solidify your deal. So absolutely looking the part helps.
That's a fact.
That's
now one more thing with like closing deals, right? So like I've seen like obviously other shows too where people just do everything to try to close a deal, like wine and dine and things like that. Like what's like the craziest thing like you've done to try to close a deal?
Yeah, do anything crazy. I really haven't. I'm
Oh, that's
trying to
what's up.
think. I don't think there's been anything.
Like an expensive bottle or expensive gift.
They close. So, after we close, then we get the closing gift, you get the expensive champagne and all of that. But that's after the we signed on the dotted line, everybody got paid.
Signed, sealed.
The deal
Yeah.
done. All right, it didn't already happen.
It's your money I'm using for this bottle.
You paying for this.
After.
That's real.
I never had to do anything before. I've taken clients out to dinner.
Yeah.
Just to, create like a relationship, a friendship, like establish, what we're looking for. So I've done that, but thank God I haven't had to do anything crazy. I feel like that's a little desperate. I don't know. If I do all of that, like I don't need the deal.
Right.
Like,
That's real. That's real.
You ain't right for me if I gotta beg you.
For me. Like it's never that serious. So yeah.
That's real. That's real. So obviously we know being a real estate agent is a relationship based job, right? And I feel like depending on who the client is, kind of determines your approach, right? So like if you got this, this older person, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your lingo is a little different. Maybe even how you dress might be a little different versus you got this young single, you know what I mean? Flirty black man, whatever, coming in here. Maybe that plays a role in how you approach that. Like, do you use, I guess, that knowledge to your advantage, kind of going into a sale?
You have to. Not every client is the same. Not every client speaks the same language as far as, energies and how they want to communicate.
Yeah.
So you definitely gotta know your audience. Like I call it know your audience. So like if I'm going to meet like an older couple, I'm not, I'm gonna dress appropriately. But I'm always comfortable. Whatever I'm wearing, I always dress for me.
Right.
And it's stuff that I'm comfortable with, stuff that I would usually wear anyways. But you got an audience. And then I get this question a lot. If you're dealing with a couple, how do you handle that? If you're an attractive person, you're dealing with a couple, and you have the husband and the wife. I am a big fan of talking to the wife because ultimately the wife is gonna make the decisions anyways. If you talk to any married man, he's like, happy wife, happy life. Let me ask my wife first. Let me see what my wife think. That has always been the case. So I'm going straight for the wife. Me and the wife are best friends.
Smart.
We'll talk to the husband. We need to talk to him. So that's how I keep it for sure.
That's smart.
A lot of wisdom right there.
That's a lot of wisdom. That's the gem right there for the young real estate agents in the game. I'm a married man. My brother Bolo's a married man.
Yes.
So we coming first hand.
Say so.
They got the final say so and the first say so.
Talk to the wife anyways. Just talk to the wife.
It's a smart decision. Nah, for sure. Now I gotta ask you this, man. This is the Porch, so we got to keep it real. Watching the show, some of your clients be a little flirty with you. Even from the very first show, I can't remember who the gentleman was. I think he's from Cameroon or something. And He came in, a little bit
Yeah.
of flirty,
Yeah, look.
I do my homework. He flirted. I think you threw out a little hot tub joke. Talk about just how much of that play like goes into it. Like again, if you know you got this single man coming here, he good looking or whatever. Like again, does that help? Does that play a role in your favor as well?
Like this, TV, you gotta entertain. So I would say
You dropping gems.
we here to give y'all a show. It's
Right.
entertainment. In my real life, you probably will not see that much.
Got you.
Just because I like to keep it very professional. Client realtor relationships. I don't really like cross the lines with my clients. So no, it's not giving flirt with every client, every male client you have.
Facts.
No, it's
Of
not
course.
like that. I keep it very professional. And it's a single male client. And after the deal is closed, right? But process of it is very, very professional. I don't really, the show and Colony in real life is different.
I got you.
I'll say that.
Yeah, I got you. You ain't got to say no more. I get it. Like I said, just being in the industry, I get it. It's certain things are just for TV, and you know what I mean, and some stuff's real life. So now I'm right there. I got you.
Entertainment.
Yes, for sure.
So moving on to another show you were a part of, The Perfect Match, right? So obviously you appeared on that show. Talk about that experience. And for me, was it a different form of reality TV for you?
Yes. I watched.
Yeah, we watched. We watched.
That show's crazy.
Crazy as hell.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, that was so different because me and Ann Sophie, my girl Ann, were on the show. We were the only people on that show that was from like a different type of reality show. Like everybody else who was on there had already did other dating shows or like other competition shows. So our show was totally different. We're like, real estate agents who are coming into this super green. So it was definitely different. It was not what I expected it at all. Like it was it's fun. I had a good time filming that. It was fun. It was a good experience, but it was definitely different.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Watching the show, because I saw on Twitter too, I think a couple weeks ago, people was like, man, why she on the show so quick? She was in and out, and people was like, man, it's like you got this beautiful woman on here. She here for 10 minutes, she gone. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm watching the show, and you even said it, man. Like when you was at the house, you wasn't really vibing with nobody. Even in your little ISO little moment, you was like, I don't think I like anybody in this damn house.
Yeah, facts.
So like, were you kind of disappointed in the selection when you arrived at the house?
All the cast, because I think everybody is amazing.
Of course.
Like everybody cool, no shade to nobody. Yeah. But low key, I would never date any of these people in real life. Like they could probably be friends because I think everybody, got amazing personalities. Yeah. But like romantically dating any of them, I was like, these are not my type.
Right.
Like, and the surprise, like we didn't know who was gonna be there. Like we knew it was gonna be an all-star cast of like all the fan favorites from each show. So that's why I agreed to do it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool. It's a unique idea that Netflix has never done before. So I'm really happy to be a part of like a season 1 show that's brand new to Netflix. And I thought the concept was dope. Like you get like all the fan favorites in one house. Like that's explosive. Like that's gonna be crazy. People gonna go crazy for it. And we're still in the top 10. Like I think I looked. Yep. We still dominating the top 10 on Netflix. Like it's been a month since the show was out. We still on there. So like it's been a success. But I didn't know who was gonna be there. So like going there and like I didn't know it was a competition either. It was kind of like when I got in the house, I was like,
you didn't know it was a competition?
No, like I thought it was a dating show.
Just like straight dating.
They didn't tell y'all that?
You can get to know.
Right.
I didn't know it was like, okay, you gotta like, you dating, but like you gotta kind of stay in the house too. So you gotta hurry up and match with somebody because if you don't, you leaving the club.
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't know that when I got there. It's like, yeah, you got a match, you got to stay in the house, and then you win at the end. We didn't know what we win, but we just know there's a prize you win.
Right.
So that I found that out when I got on my date, and then when I got in the house, and then I'm like, oh, I don't like nobody here. Like,
Yeah. we caught that vibe quick though. We was like,
Quick.
she ain't rock with nobody in the crib for real.
Even
But look,
watching. No, go ahead, Bolo. My fault. Go
no,
ahead.
shout out to Dom, right?
Shout out to
Like,
Dom, man.
shout
Yeah.
out to Dom. Like, what was going through your mind when you seen him walk down the stairs for the date?
I thought Tom was that was interesting. I was like, oh, he's like, kind of eclectic, like
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
So I respect anybody's own individuality. I was like, that's different, not really my vibe, like not really
Right.
like the typical guy I would date. But I was super open-minded because I'm like, I'm here, I'm way in Panama in this other country. It's beautiful here. Let me like enjoy this experience and be open-minded and just take it for what it is. So
Mm,
I went into my date being very open-minded. And me and Dom, like we talked about a lot. It was cut down, obviously they can't
mhm.
show everything. So, for whatever reasons, like majority of our conversations were cut down. But like me and him really had a good conversation about like his upbringing and music. He's into music. I love music. So I kind of wish maybe that would have been shown more instead of
Yeah.
like our small little
Yeah.
conversations. But I think Dom is cool. I think he got a dope personality, just not my type of guy. Especially when he said he didn't want to work. I was like,
Oh, hey, Connie, I saw
Ooh.
that. You was like, hold on, you gonna be working now. He's like, no, I mean, he's like, no, I'm saying I respect a working woman. That's all I'm trying to say. He got that deep ass
no.
voice.
He cleaned that up. I was like, okay, he cleaned it up. I was like, okay, but like, you need to go to work. So that was kind of like enough for me.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then when I got in the house, that was the whole nother disaster. So
You and I can't remember his name. You and Buddy, you almost gave him a chance, but you was real bold. You said, listen, I'm 30 something years old. I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to have kids. I need you to do X, Y, and Z. You got 2 years. What's up? And he was like, yeah, I'm probably too young for you then.
Threw it
that is
out there
not
on a
how it
plate
went
for him.
down. That is not how it went down. That's why I'm like, editing, I get it. They can't show everything. That's
Ooh.
cool, whatever they show, whatever. But me and him had a longer
He
conversation
giving us
and we
game.
talked about other things. But, of course, that gets shown of me just kind of jumping in there, like, this
Right.
what I want. And that's not even how I am really in real life. Like, it's, you know what I mean? So,
Damn, my fault,
whatever.
Connie. I didn't know that. My fault.
That's wild, man. TV is a mother.
Damn.
No, that's what you kind
It comes
of
with the
sign
territory.
up for, I guess.
Damn.
With it, I'm not upset about anything. It is what it is. Like, but we did have longer conversations. It wasn't just me jumping right in there, like, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do that, and da da da.
Right.
But obviously Bartiz was not gonna be my type anyways.
Right.
I definitely would not date somebody like him. So just to be clear, because
Yeah.
me and him don't vibe. So that was never gonna happen anyways. And just my drink on, like, chef, there's tequila in here. Like, let me just go to the bar.
Give me a
Let me
drink.
enjoy the beautiful house.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna drink and then I'm gonna leave. Like, when I walked in, I knew I wasn't staying. So like I didn't get to stay overnight. And it is what it is. But I think I was true to myself. Like I didn't want to
That's
fake
real.
anything either. Like
Yeah.
some people wanted to fake little relationships just to stay into the house longer.
Right.
I'm gonna be myself. Like I'm not gonna get up here and fake like I like somebody
Yeah.
just so I can have, more camera time or just so I can be in the house longer. Like that's whack to me. So I'm like, let me head out.
Mm-hmm.
That's real.
Feel that.
I respect
Feel
that.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously, I heard you mention type like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
What is Colony's type?
Uh-oh.
So first of all, physically, I don't really have like a checklist of like what I like.
Mhm.
I'm just drawn to like aura and energy. Like if we connect, we connect. Um, but I don't even know how this sounds. I don't like pretty guys. If that, for lack of a
Oh,
word, like I don't know if there's a better word I can use. Y'all let me know.
No, that's
But
fine. That's
that's
fine.
crazy.
She from South Florida, like
She's from South. Yeah. But look, it's funny you say that. Shout out to Coco from Bel Air. She was on a podcast I just seen on Instagram, and she literally just said, I don't like cute guys. Like I don't like guys that look good. She's like, I like medium ugly guys. I was like, medium ugly guys, like what the hell? She's like, yeah, like cute dudes just like kind of turn me off. So you like medium ugly guys too.
like I don't want to call my exes ugly, but to me, like I'm not attracted to somebody who's like too pretty. Like I don't like all of that. And
Right.
I hate to say medium ugly because I think they fine to me. Like you don't gotta be like the ideal handsome type that the world sees. Like I like somebody who just look a little rough, like a
Yeah.
little, that's what I
Yeah. Come
like.
change my
Yeah.
And I
tire.
Let's
Come.
say,
order.
I'm speaking up
Yeah.
for the both of us. Like I don't need you to be thinking you cute because then you could be thinking you cuter than me. I don't need that. So
We not competing in that in
Right. We
that
ain't
sense.
competing.
You know what I mean? Come
That's
change my
hilarious.
tire, man. Come change this
That's
oil.
really a thing though. Like, damn. I'm gonna ask my wife if she
yeah.
think I'm ugly.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask,
I think I'm
baby,
ugly.
am I
Too.
ugly? She in the back. I'm gonna ask her later on.
I
Medium
can't,
ugly.
everybody is attractive to somebody. You
Yeah,
know
of
what I
course.
mean? Like
Yeah,
I
I
know what you
facts.
feel
mean,
like
though. Yeah.
I just don't find that attractive. Like men who like everybody think look good, I'm most likely be like, like I don't want that. Let me give me somebody over here. Like I don't go for that. So I feel Coco
Damn.
Jones. Yeah, same page.
I like that, man.
That's
That's real.
real.
That's real
That's true
games, man.
game.
That's real games. Now beyond just the physical, right? Is there like let's dive a layer deeper in terms of this personality type? Is there like I guess what's your style? Like you like somebody to make you laugh? You like somebody who's more of a introvert, extrovert? Let's dive a little deeper into that.
I was gonna say I love to laugh. Like I'm super goofy. Like people don't even know that about me, but I be cracking up. So like if I can't send you like memes all day long, if we can't communicate through memes, like I don't know, because I love to laugh. So I want that person to share like the same sense of humor as I
Mm-hmm.
do. Um, what else do I like? I like somebody who is extrovert. Like I don't mind somebody who like likes doing things, likes being social. Cause contrary to belief, I'm kind of like an introvert. I'm not gonna lie. So I
Interesting.
feel like having an extroverted partner would kind of bring that out more in
Balance
me in
that out.
social
Yeah.
settings. So I do like somebody like that. I like a guy who's family oriented. Like I love my family, so I want him to love his family, and we come together and make our own family. So that's big for me. And somebody who has their own goals, their own motivation, because I have mine. So I want somebody to really, be focused on theirs as well. And then we come together and we get a bag together as well. So definitely
Facts.
got to have like,
Dream team.
something.
Yeah.
I'm
The
like,
true
let's be
dream
a
team.
team. Like, let's do something out here. Like, let's make a difference. I want somebody who's like trying to make a difference, just even in their small circle or community, something like that. Like, that's what I like. So, oh,
Hey
All
man,
right.
fellas, hey, you tuning in? If you heard what you just said, if you out there, hey, shoot your
You know
shot.
what to do. You know what to do. So Colleen, let me ask
I
you
don't
this because
think
now
that's
my
too
my
crazy, right? That's not a long list. That's like
no,
Yeah,
that's reasonable.
that's
That's
very
reasonable.
acceptable.
That's
Yeah,
consistent. That's consistent. Because I know
reasonable. I feel like.
I talk to my homeboys all the time, right? And women are on one these days. They like, you can't talk to me unless you cash at me 500 out the gate. Like we at that point now where
out the
women just
gate.
like, I need some funds before we gonna start a conversation, whatever. I'm like, damn, is it like that in the dating world? I'm like, oh, that's insane.
That's weird to me. Like I've seen that too. I'm a woman, so I got homegirls. I see it
Right.
all. I just feel like women who do that don't really have nothing going on for themselves. Like
Mm,
Mm,
if you need that to have a conversation with somebody, either they don't really have anything going on for themselves, or they really not into that dude. Like, cause the dude just like not talking to him like that at all.
yeah.
right.
You just not.
That's real.
So
All right, I have one question for you. Okay,
Uh,
so what do you like? Obviously, when you're in the dating world, you have what you look for in a man, right? What what's your thought about supporting a man? Meaning that obviously you're getting to your own bag, right? but let's just think he makes a significant, you know, he doesn't make a lot of money, right? So you make how much ever you make, and he's making, you know, maybe 75% less than that, right? So accommodating that lifestyle, is that something okay for you? Like, could you live with that, or does this person have to have, you know, something that can kind of meet you to where you are?
I believe in being equally yoked. So if I, say I got whatever I got going on, you said 75%, that is a huge, huge
That
percentage.
was a huge drop, but I was like, damn, 75. I'm like,
it was. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, she get into the bag. She got her own business. Like, it's
but
she got
75 down there, zero. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, like, what if somebody just got a basic 9 to 5, ain't really, you know, making $50,000 a year, you know?
That's huge. If you were to say like 25%, we can work with it. But you have to be equally yoked for it to work. I'm strong. I believe strongly in that. And so if I get into a partnership with somebody, I believe that he should definitely already have himself together, especially in my age group. You know what I mean? At this point, like, we need to have our things in order. We need or be striving to get there, because I understand people fall on hardships. I am not a stranger to that. Like, I've definitely had my moments. So I get, we meet and you might be going through a little something, but you got a plan. You done wrote it down. You got a business plan. You got goals. In a year, you're gonna be making X amount of dollars if you do this. Like, you on your track, you in tune, you tapped in, like, you betting on yourself. Like, I'm never gonna down nobody for that, because I know my experience and where I was. So, like, I can work with that. But if you just complacent and you good with just working your basic job, and you don't want to make no more money, you don't want to do like no investments, you just like, look, I make this amount, I'm not interested, I don't want to travel, I don't want to have no savings, I don't want to, then I'm like,
what we doing?
Well,
dang,
that's real.
That's some game right there. Basically, what she's saying is about, she's saying she need a soldier. Where they at? Where that was corny. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there. Now.
No. Oh my God, you stupid, man.
Nah, that's real.
Like, what are we gonna do? Like, life is like short anyway. So like, we gotta make the most of it. Like, we're not here to just be like basic. No, I'm not doing it.
But that's what's up though. Yeah. Because you got some people who ain't gonna even give somebody a time of day once they figure out how much they make, and how much you think they can contribute. So, that's good to hear from you. Obviously, you're well established, very successful in what you do, open to making sure somebody has a plan, at least a foundation put in place.
That's the key. The plan. That's key. Don't miss that, y'all. If you got a plan, you not come and just be like, this is what it is. No, the plan got to be in place. You got to, because it's just, no.
Hey, if you try to date Connie, you better walk in with your PowerPoint presentation ready. She gonna sit down. She gonna take notes. You need to let her know. Slide 1, this is the plan.
No,
Slide 2, this is how I'm gonna execute.
And with your TED Talk.
Slide 3, 5 years I'm making this money. So yeah, be ready, man. I like that.
And other things, other ideas I want to do outside of real estate. So like I might want you to help me. Like, look, I got this crazy idea. I'm coming at you. Like, how can we do this? Like, how can we help each other? So, I feel like it's a partnership. Like, y'all got to be able to help each other.
Facts.
I like that. And like I said, and Lolo, I know you agree. I don't feel like you asking for too much, honestly. Sometimes you hear people ask for a crazy list. Everything you're asking for and saying is very much like realistic, and it's a standard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and you shouldn't go below that standard. So it's funny. Somewhat of a side note. A couple weeks ago, I saw Chad Ocho Single. Obviously, shout out to Chad. He posted a funny video. I think y'all were all hanging out, you, Sherelle, and he put it on his Twitter, basically saying, "Hey, my homegirl Connie, she's single." He had a whole step-by-step thing what to do. I'm just curious. Was your DMs popping for like a week after that?
It's still popping, y'all. Like, they won't leave. Actually, my DM's closed right now. I need to do a PSA because, like,
shit.
Show y'all my phone and just scroll. I actually showed this to my mom the other day. She was like, "Anybody good? Come in your DMs from when Chat posted you." She just asked me that, and I was just scrolling. I was like, "Mom, It's so many. They still DMing me, and they love to be like, my uncle Chad sent me. That's all they like to say. Chad,
Ah,
Chad sent me. What's up? And I think in his caption, I think he said you gotta be 200 and over, like 200 pounds and
Yeah.
over.
uh-huh.
So a lot of people like sending me how much they weigh
Come
and they
on.
height.
Hell no.
I'm like, y'all are crazy. And then dudes emailing me. They took it a step further. They're like, oh, I'm gonna hit you in the
Ooh,
email. So like they email.
damn.
Professional
So
email.
man, this crazy. Why would you do that? Like I was like, why would you put this on Instagram?
That's
It was funny, but yeah, Chad is hilarious. Shout out to Chad. He,
Shout out
you
to
know,
Chad
he tried to hook
Ochocinco.
me up.
Yes, man.
So is
Funny all
DMs not the
day.
move? Like, how can somebody
Ooh.
get Colony? Like, are we not reaching out in the DMs? Don't do that.
That's a good question.
Mind if you are gonna be opposed to like somebody in DMs. I will say I have never dated anybody like off of social media that I met through my DMs. It just hasn't happened yet. I like to meet people in person. Like I just feel like I like an organic, kind of natural, like we randomly meet, and then that's kind of really been all of my relationships. I've met them just randomly. So I've never dated anybody that I've met through social media, but I don't exit out because it makes the world that much smaller and you really could meet somebody amazing
Right.
through social media. I've known people who've done that before. So I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know if I'm gonna see it because like it's too many in there. That's why I'm
Right,
like,
right,
I might miss my blessing because
right.
I can't look through all of that.
There might be a hidden gem in there
It
right
might be a hidden
now.
gem.
It's probably somebody in there who's 6'2", 225 pounds, medium ugly, know how to change the tire. This man making good bread. You know, he ain't got the money yet, but he got a hell of a plan. He ready to work together. He might be writing your DM or your email right now, Connie.
Ooh.
You might need to do a deep dive just in
You know
case.
what you should do, Colony? Just go ahead and just do the faith test. Just close your eyes and then just scroll and then just point
Wherever
your
you stop
finger right
on.
at the DM and then open your eyes and be like, that's him.
I don't make mistakes.
That's him.
That's smart, Bolo. He don't make mistakes,
That's him.
Connie.
Boom.
Y'all think I need to do that? Oh
You
my
do that.
God.
You
Let me
do
take
that, and it
some
worked
time.
out. You got to invite us to the wedding.
I'm gonna invite you.
We're gonna do
Got
a
to.
live show at Connie wedding, man.
No, for real.
That's gonna be hard.
Straight
Singing up
up.
and everything.
Straight up. Yeah, it might be, but I'm telling y'all, they really like it's crazy. They really flooded my DMs. Like I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
insane.
Like it was like, why is this happening right now?
I feel like, I
Damn.
mean, from like an ego standpoint, it got to feel good a little bit that you got. Again, I know some people
Yeah.
just being silly, but I'm sure a lot of these dudes really like, man, I hope she right back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It says a lot about yourself that you have a large, you know what I mean, audience who's interested in you.
Flattering. It was definitely flattering, but you know, I like to do my own dating show. Then I think that's what somebody need to put together.
Put it in the air, Bolo. Put
Since
your
I
hands
didn't
out.
find love.
Put your hands out. Here on this podcast, Connie, when somebody says something, when they put it in the air,
Happens.
it happens all the time. So
Every time.
you just said it, the energy's in the
Every
air.
time.
So,
It's out there, you know.
Out there.
It might be time for that. Bring back that old school, like I love New York type of vibe. Y'all remember that?
Ooh, hell
That's
yeah, I
what
remember
reality
that.
TV is missing.
That's when it was
Yeah, we
damn
missing
near
that.
like
Flavor
just
Flav. We about to
at
go
his best.
crazy. Yes, the good old
At his
days,
best.
man. Okay, but
Yeah.
before we close out, it's time to go to our final segment. This is just our fun, quick hitters. We're gonna give you a few more questions right here, and we're gonna let you go. So, Bolo, you want to get started? You want me to get started? Let me know.
I'll let you get it started.
I'm gonna get it started. Okay, man. The first one, and this ain't even really a question, it's just more of a statement. Describe your perfect date. Break it down to us right now.
Oh, okay. Perfect date. Y'all put me on the spot.
Take your time.
Well,
Take your
like I said
time.
before, I love food. Like I love food. So like if you take me to like a really nice restaurant with like a good view, I love like a rooftop restaurant or
Mm,
something by the water, nice ambiance, some good music, kind of dimly lit so we can kind of be a little cozy and talk. Like that's perfect. And then I don't know, maybe like a little walk after, like just so we can kind of talk a little bit more and like take in the vibes. Cause I like to be outside too. I do like to be outside. So just like some good atmosphere, good food, some good music. I feel like that's my perfect day. Like I don't want to do anything too crazy on the first date. Like I don't want to be
right.
too active because I want to be able to talk to you.
Right.
So I like great conversation. So I think, yeah, that's what I would do.
Damn, that sounds like a movie.
Yeah, dude. I was like visualizing as she was
I was
describing
too.
it. Yeah.
I was thinking about the water, the walk, the dim lights.
The lights was
you
dim, yeah.
painted that picture perfectly for us, for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my wives on a date like that soon. Then that's the next date night.
Definitely a fact. Okay, so next question: what's more important in a relationship, great sex or great communication?
Both.
Got to pick one.
You gotta
If
pick
you had
one.
to pick one.
Yeah, come on.
I can't one, y'all. I feel like both are really important. Like it just really is. Like, how can you choose one or the other? Like, good communication is just that's needed. Like in any relationship, I think.
Right.
Communicating how you feel, communicating your needs, communicating how you need to be loved, and like, because what I learned with dating too, like you can't read your partner's mind and you can't expect for your partner to read your mind. So certain things like I would expect for my partner to do or just know automatically.
Right.
And when he wasn't doing that, I would be like, I would get frustrated. But then it's like, well, he won't know to do that if you don't tell him. And it's okay to have like those uncomfortable conversations. I think a lot of people are scared to have uncomfortable conversations out of fear of how their partner is going to respond. But I think it saves a lot of relationships if you just communicate. So communication is big and sex is big too, because that's that intimacy. Like you need that. That's how you bond at the deepest level with your partner. That's how you create just like, those feelings, that deepness, that emotional connection. So it's gotta be both. It's both for me. I can't choose.
I can't choose one. She said, "Hey,
that's
listen,
real.
fellas, if you ain't bringing both to the table, hey, leave it outside. Don't bring it inside, man." That's a good answer, though. I appreciate the breakdown. Yeah. Now, this next one. Now, we're not trying to get into your pockets, so you don't have to give us the specific about you, but just trying to inspire the next people. So, tell us what's either the largest single commission that you've seen, maybe for somebody else, or if you're comfortable, largest check you've made from real estate. Just that largest one single commission that you've seen.
About how much I made because I don't need nobody on my head. Nobody, nah.
Of course,
I'm not about to make my block hot. Not doing that. But the checks are nice. I will say that. However, I don't know if this house has sold, but I guess you guys can imagine. There's a house that I think is in Miami and it's listed for 126 million. And the commission could either be between 2.5 or 3%. So like if you do the math, that is huge. So whoever gets that, like they probably good for the next year or two. So I think, that'll be a nice commission. I wish I could get that one.
You can make it happen. Yeah, Bolo doing math. Do the math real quick, Bolo. You got your calculator out?
See. Yeah, I'm trying to pull my calculator out right now.
Do 3%. Let's go on the high end. You said 3%. And how much was it again, Colony, the total price?
126 million.
126 M. That's 6 zeros.
So who buying that? That's like a special buyer. Like that's, it's a sick house though.
That's bread.
That's
Jeff
bread.
Bezos. That's Jeff Bezos' house.
Yeah, that is.
Can you find it? Can you find the calculator?
No, I'm trying to put it in right now.
My man Bolo old school.
I keep putting in too many zeros, bro.
It's 6 of them. 126 000.
No, I get it, but my shit keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That's how big the number is. That's how crazy it is.
Whatever it is, they making crazy bread. I think Connie looking it up now, y'all.
7 million. If I did it right, that's probably a 3.7 million commission check.
That's big bread. It's crazy. And
it's ridiculous.
So if you go higher, I don't know if they're doing 2%, 2.5%, or 3%. But say you're doing 3%. I mean, you good. I'm taking a break. If I make that,
that's what I'm saying. That's the dope thing about I feel like real estate.
When
big chunks.
When I make that kind of check. When I make that kind of check.
But now sometimes I see you all tag team houses though. How does that work when you all tag team houses? Do you guys just split it right down the middle?
Yeah, like for instance, me and Sherelle, we have a listing coming soon. That one's gonna be, I think, 2.5, and we split that. So we're gonna co-list it. We actually just did some content today for it, so that listing is coming soon.
Okay.
So when we co-list, it's like double the marketing, and it just you can kind of tag team on the responsibilities of the listing, and collaborate and get it sold quicker. So that's gonna be a nice listen that we got soon. So yeah, you just split it or however you want to work it. Sometimes you may want to work it to where it's up to you and the other agent. If somebody's doing more of the work, maybe you work out how much the commission is being split. But typically if you co-list, it's half and half.
Got you. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Big money.
They're making bread regardless.
Big money, y'all.
Last question for you, Connie. And this is more of a fill in the blank question. In 5 years, Colony will be blank.
In 5 years, Colony will be dominating real estate still. Colony will be getting into more of the investment side of real estate because that's really what I want to tap into. In 5 years, who knows? Colony may be, she may have a family somewhere, hopefully.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's the energy.
God
we need
willing.
that.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Love that.
And we do some more TV, maybe in 5 years we'll get another Selling Tampa, we'll see.
Ooh.
But we definitely want to continue to be on your TV screen. So hopefully that's in our near future too.
Let's get it,
man. It's one of our best answers we've ever had to close out the show.
Power of the tongue.
Power of the tongue, man. Speak it and it will happen. Connie, this has been an amazing episode, learning more about you. We wish you nothing but success in each area of your life. Before we close out, this is kind of your time to let the people know where they can find you on social media, or if there's anything you want to promote about yourself. This is your time to do just that.
Absolutely. So you guys can find me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I just got on TikTok, y'all. So follow me at Colony Reeves, my first and last name. Also follow my group page, the Colony Reeves group on Instagram. We're doing some really good things in the Tampa Bay real estate area or market, I should say. So follow us and that's it. I think, keep streaming Selling Tampa, keep streaming Perfect Match, and that's it.
There it is, Bolo. There it is.
There you have it. We really appreciate it. All our fans, family, if you're in Tampa in the Florida area looking for a career, some type of real estate, tap in with our girl Colony. This is the Porch Podcast. We are on all your audio platforms, all right? Shout out to Caffeine. We going crazy. It don't cost $1 to show love. Hey, and the biggest gem Colony said is bet on yourself. And just make sure that the best you
is the best you. And we out. Peace.
Started on the porch, that was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we needed. Now we undefeated. If we link, no, it's only business. If we get to speak and leave them speechless. I did things for free, but now it costs to see me. When you see me, you ain't gotta greet me. Just don't plot to sneak me. I'ma see it, I'ma stop and watch you lose and get defeated. What do we bleed? Came from the jungle, we humble but hungry and hunting to feed. People don't want us to leave. They love us and rush to the bus when we run in the streets, thinking we stunning the sea. We came from nothing to something, now up in the lead. Now we ain't coming in peace, hunting for blood and to crush everyone in the league. We got a reason, we put in work every day of the week, every month, every season. So many schemes, had to go hard for the team. We gave our all and succeeded. Came from the deep end, warming up pots, cooking ramen. At times that was all we was eating. Now we be feasting, 5-star restaurants every week. Whole team dripped in cloth and it's seamless. They looking hard when we step on the scene. Call us outcasts, we so fresh and so clean. Ain't about cash, please don't ask for a meeting. Just hit the stoop after spaz on the beat. Nah, it ain't rude if you ask for the feet. Just play it cool when I tax you the fee. We need a pool in the back with a cord and a board to go jump off and splash for the heat. Live for the day, cause the past can determine the future or where you gon' actually be. Keep staying present, our presence a blessing. It's all that we have and we actually need. I'm taking action with passion, detaching the ones who keep acting attached to leech. I am no pastor but actually preaching. Look up these lyrics and actually read them. That was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we needed. Now we under